fellas, friends, compatriots, we have the Switch 2 news. Finally, we've already talked about it a little bit, but hot button topic news right now is the numbers, the pricing. Not only is the console $50 more than most people thought it would be at a whopping $450, the games are making another number leap up to $80 for not only for their new AAA titles like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, but for the enhanced editions of the old games. What do you guys think about that? That we're seeing not one but two major price hikes in such a short amount of years.
And this is last week's news, right? So I guess we're in backlog gaming backlog gaming style. We're late to the party, but
backlog news.
Backlog news.
We're backlogged everywhere.
I did hear some about this. It's just Nintendo games that are going to be $80, right? It's not games across the board, right?
If for now, but if Nintendo sets the trend, GTA 6 might be $90, man, by the time we get that one.
I mean, that's I think everything's just kind of gone up in price. I guess I'm not too surprised to see that. I think the console price is relatively fair since the Switch 2 kind of matches the current consoles that are out now. And I spent $500 on my Series X, and I think PS5 was the same price. So I mean, they're still cheaper than their competition, but Nintendo's kind of always been like off on their own.
Right.
They're not really competing for console sales or game sales. So I think I don't know. For me, I don't buy games brand new regardless, unless it's something I really want, like MLB The Show.
But now, that's a good question. Is the latest MLB worth $60? That's a whole other question.
For me, it is. It was on Game Pass, but this year I was not on Game Pass, so I was like, then I'll just buy it. I love that game.
Interesting.
Worth it to me. It might not be worth it to you, but for me, I don't think the game price, whatever they are selling it at, it's not going to matter to me. I usually wait for games to go on sale. Though I guess with Nintendo,
there's the catch though.
I've never seen a Nintendo game go on sale. So
they're a headliner for a new console. Right?
But they already don't have me as a customer. I bought a Switch and I never played it. My kids have more game time on that thing than I do. So I think if they put something out on there that I'm, everyone's like, oh man, you should really get this, I might consider it, and I would just suck it up and put up with the prices. But it just kind of sucks that that's the direction it's heading in, because games have been $59.99 for as long as I can remember, and then just a couple years ago, they started upping it to $69.99.
Right.
So seeing an $80 price tag on that so soon is kind of like, oof.
Right. Ray, do you have any thoughts about this?
I think people are going to buy it, and that's why they're gonna do it. People are going to buy it. People want to play Donkey Kong. They're going to pay $90 to own it, and so they know people are going to do it, so they're going to do it, and they're going to get away with it.
The benefit of having
I think it's highway robbery.
I think that
highway
is
robbery.
I think you're spot on there. Nintendo
want your Mario.
Nintendo can do that and get away with it. I think it's going to scare some people off, but if they don't start putting their games on sales, I mean, maybe is it being impacted because they don't do sales? Like people will buy I'll gobble up a whole bunch of games that are on sale, even if they're only like 20% off. I'm like, okay, sure, that's kind of meets my financial needs when I can snag a couple games on sale, but they're at least still making something off of the game instead of just not having me as a customer at all. So I mean, that makes me kind of wonder if they're kind of pushing that $80 price point because they're not selling more copies of their games. But again, like Rage PB said, it could be Nintendo could do it, and people will buy it.
You're going to buy it and like it, however much it is. So that brings me to my final question then, right? As non-Nintendo gamers, what would Nintendo have to do? What game would they have to put out for you guys to go, I'm buying the console and $80 version of this game?
There's nothing. There's
nothing out there.
There's nothing they can do. Look. I'm not into Mario or Zelda or Super Smash Bros. I do love Donkey Kong, but I can live without it. My gaming is kind of getting geared towards like PC gaming more often than Xbox. And even though Xbox is basically obsolete because everything's on the PC now, so it's I don't feel like I need a Switch to play games that I just know I'm not going to play. So there's nothing they can do. I'm not their target audience.
Very interesting. Well, fellow non-Switch gamers and Switch gamers alike, let us know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Is this a bad trend for gaming? Or do you not care? $80 for Mario Kart World? Take my money. Let me know. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Peace.